Maybe we could just start, if you could tell us how your knees were impacting you before you made the decision to go for knee replacement surgery.
So I'd suffered a long time, particularly in my left knee, with a lot of discomfort. I injured it at a very young age, and it never really recovered properly after that. I think it was a cruciate ligament I damaged playing football when I was 20. But I guess over the years it just deteriorated and deteriorated. And you know, I'd suffered from legs that were effectively misshapen for a long time, and particularly my left leg from the damage it suffered at an early age. It had gradually gotten to the point it was effectively a bandy leg, if you like. And post-operation, the leg was straight clearly from the operation that was carried out to straighten it again, and found myself even taller than I was pre-operation as well. So. I was also starting to notice that I was getting discomfort in my hips, probably because of the way I was walking. You know, it was an uneven walk, you know, and I think that was probably, had I not had something, you know, my knees done, I think I would have been sort of in line for probably having to get my hips done as well.
Have you got a couple of dogs?
A couple of dogs, yes, yeah.
And how were you struggling to take your dogs for walks?
Yeah, I mean, I basically had to sort of go to a place where I would drive to somewhere, so you couldn't walk somewhere with the dogs. You had to go somewhere with the dogs. Generally tended to have to be a flat surface, firm surface. I found it particularly difficult walking at the beach, you know, on the soft sand. When it was in firm, flat sand, it was generally okay, but any sort of uneven surface at all, I really struggled with that. I'd fallen a number of times immediately in the run-up to my operations, but I didn't recognise it as instability in my knees at the time. But now that post-operation, I do recognise it, that I was.
And what was your understanding of the custom knee before you had your surgery, after our discussions?
So basically I understood that it was basically made to measure for my specific conditions. I understood it came in a pack, you know, there was an upper joint and a lower joint, and then basically a shim pack that fitted together. You know, I'm an engineering background, so I was fairly interested to hear how it all hung together. For the first one, I was very nervous. You know, I didn't sleep for 2 to 3 nights before the operation. The operation went fine. You know, it started sort of 9:30 in the morning, and I was in recovery by sort of 12 o'clock and back in the ward by sort of 1. And you know, I've got recollection from that onwards. A little bit of discomfort afterwards, but you know, hardly surprising because it's a fairly significant operation. But you know, that was all managed through medication. I was fairly keen to get off the stronger medication, and I managed that after 2 weeks. First time I put weight in it from the hospital bed, that I thought, you know, it was just a complete transformation at that point in time.
And overall, now you've had both of them done, how do you feel it's transformed your life?
Yeah, I'm basically able to do things that I wouldn't have been able to do before, and do it quite comfortably, you know. By the time I got to the point of my second operation, I was doing everything I was able to do before. I was walking, you know, being able to do 5 miles, which I would have never been able to do probably for the last 10 years or so.
And you said you've been back hill walking?
Yes, not anything particularly strenuous. You know, a Land Rover track for 2.5 miles, and then 2.5 miles on basically footpath, boggy footpath, steep path, downhill, uphill, rocky, uneven surface, and no problem at all. I was a bit stiff the following day, but you know, to be expected. I hadn't done it for such a long time.
But that's something you couldn't have contemplated before you had the surgery?
No, not a chance, no. I was able to cycle. It wasn't particularly strenuous cycling, but distance-wise it was okay, you know, 10-15 miles without any difficulty.
Pain-wise, the pain you had with the arthritis in your knees before your surgery, when would you say you noticed that type of pain had gone? So
after the first operation, I had no pain in my left knee after a month. With my second knee, I haven't taken any painkillers probably for 2 to 3 weeks now, and you know, I didn't have any pain. Haven't really had any pain for probably a month or so now, and you know, I can tell they're not my own knees. I can tell there's something foreign in there, but as I say, for pain-wise, there's no pain at all. I'm really glad I've done it, and I would recommend it to anybody.